Hey, good afternoon. We are live today from Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm here with Katy Annulli, and she's going to help us organize our kitchens. What? Our kitchens? I know. We spend lots of time in our kitchens. I'm super excited that you guys are joining me today, and I want to please offer a warm welcome to Katy Annulli. Katy, how are you today?
Good. Thank you so much for having me.
As professional house cleaners, and one of the audiences that we have here today are professional house cleaners who go inside people's homes. And there are a lot of families that run into issues where they don't know how to declutter. And so they're asking the house cleaner. And so the house cleaners typically call professional organizers like yourself to come in and help out before we then start cleaning. So give us a little bit of insight, if you will, about the reasons that we have to declutter and organize our kitchen spaces before we can actually do a really great job at cleaning them.
Well, if there's a lot of clutter around, then you can't actually clean surfaces or clean behind appliances and things like that. So, if your kitchen is organized and there's a place for everything, then you're able to clear the surfaces, clear the cabinets out somewhat, and put things away so that you're able to effectively clean the kitchen. And that's one of the reasons that people have a lot of clutter is because they're not intentional about where they put things. So if something isn't assigned a home in your kitchen, then it probably is just going to end up on the counter or table. And then you can't actually effectively clean the area because there's clutter and random things on the counter.
I think that's common. And I just want to take a quick poll. Any of you that are watching us right now, if you have stuff that's on top of the horizontal surfaces, i.e., the countertops in your kitchen, right? Countertops in the notes. I'm just curious how many of you actually use that as a catch all. I know sometimes I'm guilty of that when I come in from, grocery shopping or what have you. I just chunk everything on the counter. And then hopefully I go through it and I put it all away. But sometimes there's stuff. I mean, like right now, there's stuff on my kitchen counter. So guilty. I need to add counter into the notes there. Tell us how we clean our counters. Like, what is the process that is a catch all for us?
I think honestly, clearing out the other areas of the kitchen first is super important because a lot of the times things end up on the counters because there isn't a place for them to go in the pantry or a drawer or a cabinet. So if you clear out the cabinets and the drawers and decide where the different categories in your kitchen are going to go, then the items on your counter then have a place to go so that you don't just put them on the counter.
All right. So walk us through the kitchen, if you will. Let's say that you come into my kitchen and you say, okay, let's create some categories. And I know nothing about categories and I know nothing about where stuff's supposed to go. Where do I start?
So I would first talk to you about what is working in your kitchen and what isn't working, and also what you're doing in the kitchen. So everybody's space is different. And so when I work with clients, I ask them a million questions because it's really important to me that the systems that we set up are specific to that client, that family, and how they function in the space. So I evaluate those things and then go cabinet by cabinet, take everything out, wipe the cabinets down, determine if the mugs are in one cabinet. Is your coffee machine on the total opposite side of the kitchen? Like that doesn't necessarily make sense. So trying to put items near where you use them. And when you mentioned categories, categories could be mugs, categories could be cooking utensils, pots and pans, things that you use together so that there's less moving you have to do around the kitchen. And it also helps you to put things back where they go if there's less space in between where they're stored and where they're used.
Well, that's a great tip. So if you have limited space, let's say that you don't have a lot of drawers or cabinets and you have limited space, how do you make the category situation work?
So making use of the back of cabinet doors, like hanging things on there, hanging things on the back of pantries. Sometimes people with small amount of storage will like put hooks on the bottom of a cabinet and hang their mugs on there. Just being really resourceful about space, using your wall space to hang, just kind of thinking outside of the box as far as where you can store things.
I like that. So resourcefulness is a key to organization when you are sorting your kitchen in categories.
Yes.
So how many categories are there in a kitchen on average? Do you know?
Yeah, I think it's different for everyone. And I think that's the importance of really thinking through whether you're working with a professional organizer or you're just organizing your kitchen, thinking through what you really do in the kitchen. Because some people, cook every single meal in the kitchen. Some people have kids. And so they want to have a category of kids' plates or like kids' snacks that the kids can access themselves. Whereas some people might eat out all the time. So, they might just have like one pan and one pot or something like that. So it really depends on who's using the space. But I would just break it down into, categories as far as glasses. If you drink alcohol, like like beer, wine glasses together, having plates, bowls together, measuring cups and things like that, and small appliances together. But I think really thinking about how you use things together is helpful in creating those categories.
This was so informative and I really enjoyed our chat today. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you, Katie, for being here and for your wisdom. And we will see you again, same time, same place next week. Thank you.
Thank you.